Don't do that. Come on. Yo.
Oh, you better not, boy. You better not.
Okay. Bring the sign back.
Now, let's be honest. Doesn't he look a little bit like Charlie Kirk? Just a little. Welcome back, Warriors. It's me, Linda B. Thank you all so much for joining me here today. Warriors, I have Charlie Kirk 2.0. That's right, Charlie Kirk 2.0 visiting Tennessee State University, which is an HBCU. He's talking anti-DEI and illegal immigrants need to be deported. And he gets hammered. Before we get into this video, don't forget to smash the like button, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications, stick around to the end. Let's go. So I came across this clip, right, of Cam Higbee, and you can follow him on Twitter with the Fearless Debaters, okay? Cam Higbee is bold. These are young white men wearing MAGA hats, visiting an HBCU, talking about anti-DEI is the best way to go. And they don't want illegal immigrants. Now, you guys, if you've been watching me for any length of time, you know how Black people get all up in their feelings. Some of us, I'm conservative, okay, I'm not a liberal, get all up in our feelings when it comes to people saying something about DEI that it should not be, because a lot of people on the left are very, victim mindset. They have a victim mindset. They believe that the government owes them. We're first of all going to let you see just how these folks on this college campus literally cut the food. Watch. All right, so first of all, here is a security guard. He is with the team, Fearless Debaters, and they are giving him hell. And let me just say, y'all, this behavior that we're seeing in this video, it looks like they might be in the hood of the south side of Chicago. Really, I'm serious. They are acting the most uneducated, the most deplorable. I can't even find a word good enough to describe how these kids are behaving themselves. Okay. And again, this is not representative of everybody in the Black community. Okay. I would never say that. But in this particular instance, you have young people and y'all don't have a lot of emotional maturity. When you're like under the age of 25, some can be a little younger or a little older, depending. You guys can be extreme. I'm talking about liberals. I'm talking about clefty lefties now. We know that conservative people, we tend to have more common sense, just to keep it 100. But these liberals that have been indoctrinated, you can see the demons popping off of them and the language that they're using and how they are treating people who aren't being mean to them back, by the way. So let's be clear on who is on the wrong side and who is on the right side. Okay, so this is a security guard. Yeah, a security guard with Cam Higbee and his crew. Okay, again, they're going around on college campuses, and this is an HBCU. This is Tennessee State in Nashville. And it's a large campus of about 8,000 students enrolled at this university. And they are really trolling him about his clothes, his shoes, his tight pants. They're yelling and screaming, and he's walking away quietly. Now, who's in the right and who's in the wrong here? Okay. You can see that emotional immaturity is what is going on with these young folks here. Okay. And I don't mince my words on this channel. If you are sensitive, this is not the place for you. If you're going to get all caught up in your feelings, this channel is not for you. I am one that speaks truth. I'm a truth teller. Okay. And at the end of the day, I don't want to look at anybody's color anyway. Isn't that what Martin Luther King said? Didn't he say, Dr. King say we should be looked at for our character and not the color of our skin? The character of these young people right here sucks. Okay, I'm not mincing my words. Let me just say this next clip, this is wild. They're trying to have a debate discussion, just like Charlie Kirk. Now, this happened after Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And these young folks are taking signs. I'm just going to let you see just how wild and out of control they are behaving.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Come on. Come on. Yo. Oh, you better not, boy. You better not. Okay. Bring the sign back.
Now, let's be honest. Doesn't he look a little bit like Charlie Kirk? Just a little. Okay. He's wearing a MAGA hat with a crowd of people behind him yelling and screaming. And these police officers, I don't know where they get these law enforcement officers from, but they act very soft. They're letting people get away with taking signs. And what was the whole screwdriver for? I mean, really? And look at this. And my suggestion is do not wear a MAGA hat. Do not say anything about DEI or BLM. Don't do that. Start off soft. Okay. Get in there a little bit and not be so obviously, because it doesn't bother me because I know what Make America Great Again actually stands for and what it means. But to a liberal, you just might as well have cussed out their mama wearing a MAGA hat right there and saying you're anti-DEI. Really? You might as well have just spit in their face. I'm serious. I mean, look at the crowd behind him yelling and screaming. And the law enforcement is doing a horrible job. Horrible job. Is this campus police? I don't know.
We're gonna do like a little end live pre-game or post-game. Oh my gosh. Hey, you're pretty close. Yeah.
Well, I think the Fearless Tour definitely made an impact.
Yeah,
on
yeah,
HBCU.
Yeah.
Oh, whoa.
Did somebody just throw
Arrest
something in our
us
car?
right now. They just tried to hit the car. Oh my gosh.
I think Horace is still out there trying to make sure the car is safe.
Thank you guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you, officers.
Wow. Hey!
Yeah, they threw a drink up top.
Oh my gosh, they threw a drink up top. Yeah, we got this all live. I'm posting this directly after so everyone can see exactly what
Holy
happens.
shit.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
shut up a lot.
All right, guys, we are out of here. We'll see you later from the Fearless Tour game.
Are they going to block me in here now?
I think that might be what they're trying to do. They're intentionally blocking us.
They're blocking us. Here comes the cop. I'm not going to hit it now, I guess. I'm not going to hit it now, I guess. We've got more stuff. They're hitting the car.
I thought they wanted us to leave.
They're hitting the car. We're trying to leave, and they're telling us to leave, and they don't want us to leave, I guess. Hey. They are still hitting the car.
That's okay. We're going to...
How is this a university?
Look, they're intentionally blocking us. They want us to leave, but they don't want us to leave.
It's like the biggest conundrum of all time. They're still hitting the car. This is wild. It's like a zombie apocalypse or something, man. Like they're They're still hitting the car. Whoa! That was loud.
One of the guys said, I can't believe this is a university. I can't either. Okay. I can't either. And they were there doing friendly debate, free speech debate. Okay. And you're like, what did they actually say while they were there?
Do you think that a woman, like that woman right there, is the same as David if he says he's a woman. They're the same thing. They're both women.
I do not.
Okay, so then if you say men can be women, you're not actually saying men can be women. You're saying that men can be women, but when you say women, you mean something else, right? Because if David and her cannot be the same, if David identifies as a woman, then you're not saying David can be a woman. You're saying David can be something else, kind of like a woman, right?
Some people are like, men can't be women. The other side's like, men can be women. And what they're
Isn't
really
that a contradiction,
arguing,
though?
what they're
If you
really
say
arguing,
men can be women, that's a contradiction, right? Because
depends
men
on-
are not
depends.
women.
It depends on your definition. My point is that like these two different sides can have these statements and completely believe in them, but really it's just a contradiction in their definitions of the terms.
Right. But again, like, if we agree that that tree is green back there and somebody says the tree is pink, but what they mean by pink is green, right, we would just say that's just stupid. Yeah? Like, if your definition of the word pink is literally the word green and you say that tree is pink, it's almost like you're doing it intentionally to confuse people.
Do you think that it's justified to use violence just because of the position I hold here?
So justified, justice. Would it hold up in court? If that's what defines what violence is, then there are some people who are justified in using violence and other people who don't have that right.
Would it be
to
morally
enact violence.
acceptable is what we're asking? Like, if you came up with a gun and shot us in the face, like, for our sign, would that be
Some people
morally
would argue
acceptable?
that it'd be morally right to shoot y'all in the face.
I think that's crazy. I think that's crazy.
If people made the argument that giving a platform to
What do you think about Charlie?
there's so many Charlies.
Charlie Kirk.
There's so many Charlies.
Charlie Kirk, who was assassinated behind a table just like this one.
I know that's the person that's trending, but Charlie Kirk was a byproduct of people like this. And I did see that Charlie Kirk was very into this like idea of like just wanting to talk.
Yep.
Just wanting to have debates.
Like this.
If there's debates and debates and debates and debates going on and people are being fucking oppressed and drove into suicide and there's people yelling at them on the street saying, go die, you don't exist. What does debate solve that?
What we're saying is we don't want you to shoot at us, and we don't want our side to shoot at you for your opinions. Now, if you came up and shot at somebody, then of course self-defense, whatever. But like, we want to be in a place in this country where we can sit on the sidewalk, we can look each other in the eyes, talk about our issues, realize we're both humans, shake each other's hands, walk away, and it's done.
Okay, that last clip I just showed you, I don't know if that's at Tennessee State University or not. It may be, but the majority of these clips, the vast majority where you see what are Black students yelling and screaming. Now, they weren't yelling and screaming, they were talking. And I appreciate that young Black man being able to stand there and not act out of sorts. But that riot that was going on behind them, yelling and screaming, giving them the middle finger, throwing things at their vehicle, taking their signs, that's inappropriate. That's immaturity as well. And all these people are trying to do is exercise their free speech. But then they say they should be able to exercise their free speech, but they're not allowing us to exercise our free speech. You know what I'm saying? And again, I think he does look a little bit like Charlie Kirk. He mentioned Charlie Kirk. So to me, this young man by the name of Cam Higbee is Charlie Kirk 2.0. And this is the Fearless Tour. They're doing a Fearless Tour around the America, you know, on college campuses. And it looks like they made their way on an HBCU. They also went to the University of Washington, which is in Seattle. Also, okay, so they're doing a Fearless Tour. This is amazing. And this is what I consider doing. I went to an HBCU, so I am a product of a historically Black college or university. I went to Fort Valley State University, okay, in Fort Valley, Georgia. And it's a small school with enrollment between 2,500 and 3,000 students, I think. And I was thinking about how I would be able to do that, speak to HBCUs, because I don't know if they would let me on campus, to be honest with you. I would probably get more heat than this young man did. because they really hate it when you're a Black conservative. They really can't stand it. And one thing I would not do is have on a Make America Great Again hat. That's the no-go. You got to ease in softly with these people. You see how they were all up in their feelings, going up against the vehicle, taking their signs, middle finger, yelling and screaming and cussing, harassing the security guard. Also, their president, Glenda Glover, made a statement. All right, so important update, TSU statement on unauthorized campus activity. Dear TSU community, this afternoon, a group not affiliated with TSU, identifying themselves as Fearless Debates, appeared on campus without approval or notice. It has been brought to our attention that Fearless Debates has visited several other universities across the country. At TSU, the group carried poster boards with messages such as "Deport all illegals now" and "DEI should be illegal." The presence of hostile groups on our campus is not merely a political statement. It is an attempt to draw attention to their views by creating visibility at the expense of Tennessee State University students. While we recognize and uphold the constitutional right to free speech, we also understand there is a difference between exercising this right and engaging in actions that seek to disrupt, demean, and incite fear into our community. TSU Police Department, Metro Police Department, and staff responded swiftly by assessing the situation for any potential threat, de-escalated and escorted the individuals from university grounds without incident. TSU will not tolerate attempts to undermine the safety or value of our community. We stand in solidarity with our students and staff. We remain committed to ensuring our campus is a sanctuary for dialogue and education. As of this evening, we continue our investigation and are reviewing all video footage to determine how the individuals gained access to our campus. Thank you for your vigilance and for standing united in the face of provocation. Office of the President. This is a post from Andy right here, Nego, and it says, off the public, it says, police escorted participants of Fearless Debates off the public TSU Education University campus after BLM-style militant activists mobbed them. The university defended what happened, saying the debate group didn't have a permit and the students were respectful. The students were not respectful. They were taking their signs, pushing up against their vehicle, giving them the finger, screaming, causing a public disturbance. We had one security guard today who was absolutely incredible that said we definitely will need to ramp up security for the future because we're not stopping. If you feel inclined, it would mean a ton to our entire team if you are able to donate. Fearless. Okay, they're going around doing a fearless tour. The campus president, the president of the university is taking up for these students, taking up for their reckless behavior. When these men were not acting reckless, it appears that, again, according to the president, they did not have any kind of permission to be on campus. But there was campus police. So were they just there to get them off the campus? I mean, what was really going on here? I mean, this is my opinion, what I think, and I don't have proof. This is just my opinion. I believe they had permission to be there. And they had to cover the president like a lot of schools. It doesn't matter if it's the HBCU or not. That's irrelevant. Every school imaginable tries to cover up for bad activities that their students do. Don't let them be a star player on the football team, or, you know, they want to make sure that their school has a squeaky clean reputation. Nevertheless, they're not all squeaky clean because you have people and people are not perfect and we're not all squeaky clean. Okay, so she tried to hide, the president of this university, Glenda Glover, tried to hide this awful behavior of these students by saying they were provoked. They were not provoked. They were just easily offended. No one was saying anything divisive or racist or anything like that. But I'm gonna tell you now, they see that Make America Great Again hat. It looks racially provoking to them. I'm just saying, to them, to the liberal. These are young folks. They don't know how to control their feelings. They are emotionally immature and yelling and screaming and taking someone else's property. Again, what was the screwdriver for? So they may or may not come back to Tennessee State University. And this is a college in Nashville, Tennessee. And we saw how they were behaving. We saw it. We saw the line of questioning. And see, people are wondering, why is it so important to go on college campuses with this? Because these young people are the future. Okay, these are young potential voters. They may or may not vote. They tend to be liberal. And let's just be honest, these colleges are brainwashing these kids. I can't believe we're having a conversation, about a man can be a woman and a woman can be a man. I don't agree with that. I mean, this is simple biology. This is science. You cannot argue with science. Well, you can and prove yourself to be idiotic, but you can't argue with science. They were trying to exercise free speech. They didn't want the free speech. They want to remain enslaved to the Democrat Party. And when you speak freedom to a person with a slave mindset, they don't hear you. They don't hear. And yet, and still, I'm supposed to believe that they just came on campus without permission. I don't believe that. I'm telling you what I believe. Of course, I'm going to say allegedly to everything in this video, but I'm telling you. I believe they knew they had permission, but it didn't turn out right for their students, and they had to cover for those students behaving in such a manner. That's what I believe. Because nobody told them to behave that way. They just did it. They did that. Stop trying to make excuses for horrible behavior. Take accountability. Black people are human just like everybody else. Everybody else has to take accountability. Why do we have to treat them why are we treated like lesser humans? Well, they don't know any better. They black. Yes, they do know better too. Yes, they do. They behave this way because they've been getting away with it. I don't believe there's any such thing as white privilege or supremacy or anything like that. Maybe somebody white does think they're superior because they're white. You got a racist out there somewhere. You got some people that are. But for the most part, I don't believe that. And if you're worried about what people think of you, that's too bad, because I don't think about what other people think of me. I'm too busy living my life, trying to get close to the Lord. I could not care less. But guys, I'm going to leave the link in the description box below. This is Cam Higby with Fearless Debates, doing a fearless tour, going around all across America, doing the very thing that Charlie Kirk was doing. All right, Charlie Kirk 2.0. Thank you all so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smash like, comment, share, subscribe to my channel, select all notifications. You all be blessed. Love God, your families, these United States of America, and march on, warriors.